to
Hey,
welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. And I am just here to talk all about you traitorous people. Y'all know who you are. You know who you are. We know who you are. But also, even if you're a traitor, you can get your cup mug. You can get it at lanadiescreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look right over Anissa's head, there's a QR code. And yeah, you can scan that QR code. It does work. We've scanned it on the air, so it does work. Scan the QR code to take you exactly where you need to go to get your cup mug. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Period.
hey Canada. Today we are talking about you.
Hmm.
I know I'm part of that. On that note, hi, I'm Anissa Long, also known as Sam TMB, also known as Sam de Monteverde. Your trans non-binary 5'3" friendly Filipino Canadian, hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scarborough, if you want to be specific. Whoa, Burn, if you want to be more specific than that. I finally have an action. Even it's not my action, but like it's an action because I know Eduardo has the talk shit get hit and stuff, and yes, I and then Logan say something gay. So I think I'm just gonna go with that. Cool. And I'm so glad I finally found my cup mug today.
Yay!
It's been a 2 month long search, and it is here. It just
And
turned out it
still,
was upstairs because
oh,
I think my aunt and my grandparents keep stealing it.
mm, well, and who wouldn't want a cup mug? I'm just saying.
That is true. That is true.
Everybody wants a cup mug and everybody wants a piece of it, but I'm glad you have it
Oh,
back.
but also in case you know wanted some other stuff from our merch line, we also have a lovely cup bottle boss two, as we love to say in our Eurovision section of our podcast. Yes, we will get recording soon, especially since we got Junior Eurovision on the
Hmm.
way.
Absolutely. A lot of stuff is going to be coming on the way. So, if this is a perfect segue into the rest of the intro, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, because we are on a mission to get 1,000 new subscribers. All the links will be in the description below, so you can subscribe to our main channel, which is our drag race at the Cup Pod on YouTube, or if you are a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, as Anissa has just mentioned, and Juniors is starting soon, so content will be coming soon. Go to at the Cup ESC on our YouTube channel, so you can follow all the things that go on with Eurovision. Also, our audio podcast links is down in the description below. So take us where you are because we want to be with you on all of your daily activities, and you can have us telling you all of our favorite things about Traitors or Drag Race UK or Eurovision Juniors, all of the things. We want to talk to you about it. So follow us on our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. Got a lot of fun things going on in our Patreon. If you're a movie fan, we are extending our brand here on the cup. And so our Patreon is where you might want to be because we got a lot of fun things going on in there for our movie fans, our
Yeah.
our Pokemon fans, if you just want to know who we are behind the scenes, join our Patreon. We got a lot of fun things going on there and some stuff that may or may not ever come out on the channel. We have some exclusive Patreon exclusive shows starting up also in our Patreon. So check that out. You definitely want to check it out. It's starting to heat up over there. And you can join us, follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All is where all the fun happens and magic happens. So follow us over there, join us over there, so you'll never be left out over on those socials. We tell you everything. And if you ever thought about joining the podcast, you want to talk about Traitors Canada or any Traitors franchise, or Survivor, Dancing with the Stars, Drag Race UK, Drag Race España, Eurovision. Hit us up in our Instagram DMs because we are doing a lot of fun things over, we're looking for new voices. So if you're a fan and thinking about joining, wanting to be a part of a podcast, this is the podcast for you. So let's get into this episode because, when I tell you, they left us on a cliffhanger. They left us on a cliffhanger. Not that. I just, I don't know why I didn't have Anissa here, but there she is.
There we are.
Uh, there they are. Um, they left us on a cliffhanger. And it was between Ty and Venus. One of them was going to become a traitor, and one of them was going to go and be murdered, essentially.
Hmm.
And I, for a few minutes, I thought it was going to go one way. And then I was like, yeah, no. And then breaking the fourth wall. Somebody kind of spoiled me on who stayed and who went. They spoiled me without saying. Has people say things without saying things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they said something without saying it, and I was like, "Your eyes just gave it away." I know what happens now, but we saw a back and forth though. We did between Kevin and Coco. Both of them having reasons why they wanted the person that they selected to stay. Um, and Kevin wanted Ty to stay because he knew if Ty left, people will look at him and it will be about him. Coco wanted Venus to stay because she was like, I chose Venus for a reason. I trust Venus. And she knew that if Ty stayed, it'll be Kevin and Ty, and she would be the third person out, like the third wheel in this traitor's cauldron or,
Hmm.
you know, situation. And she didn't want to do that. She really wanted to be, she didn't want that. So she was fighting hard for Venus. Kevin was fighting hard for Ty, but in the end, eventually, Kevin kind of just was like, you know what? Fine. Ty, you have to go. Venus, you are now a traitor. And Kevin was kind of like, and I think Coco sensed that Kevin was a little annoyed with the situation and was like, I know Kevin doesn't want this, but I know I needed this. And so now I have to make it right with Kevin so he doesn't feel like how I felt like I would feel if it was Ty and Kevin. So I need to make Kevin feel like it's all good. Everything's good. Just because I chose Venus and I fought hard for Venus doesn't mean I'm trying to, kick you out, blah, blah, blah. And we see Kevin in the confessional is feeling just that. Is feeling just like she fought very hard for Venus, and therefore now I'm mad. And I'm
Yep.
out for and I'm out for blood, and I want to get her. But not now. I'm gonna wait and take some time, a couple of days to make her feel like I'm all good. But I'm out for blood. What you think, Anissa?
I don't know. It's okay for me. I get it. I understand how Kevin's feeling. Um, but also I hope I hope he does understand as well that, and I think Venus brought this up as a really good point in her confessional. I forget if she mentioned it in front of Ty, Coco, and Venus. But she did mention like, oh, Kevin and Ty are like a known duo. Like people knew they were close. So I as we mentioned in the previous episode, like yeah, we knew Venus was the better option, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad Venus knows that too. I just hope Kevin knows that. Um, and I don't know it. And again, I get the whole like, oh, now I'm mad thing, and I'm out for revenge against Coco and Venus. Um, I just feel like if Ty was there, it would have been the same. Like he would have he would have try to take full control. And I think he, that's low key what he wants to do mainly as a trader, just be in full control of the trader's power or the conclave.
Right. I honestly feel like this was the best move for Kevin to get rid of Ty.
Yes,
Honestly, this was the better move. Not only if Kevin realizes it or not, and I know he was trying to get it so the heat would be on Ty, so Ty could get out before him. But I think this actually works better because Kevin losing Ty, everybody's gonna be like, Kevin and Ty were a duo. Kevin would never kill Ty. Why would Kevin kill Ty? That takes a lot of heat off of Kevin in that aspect of Kevin would never kill Ty because why would a Big Brother winner kill another Big Brother winner when everybody would suspect a Big Brother winner or player would be a traitor? Now, if Kevin
exactly.
kills Ty, it's like, oh well, it couldn't be Kevin. Kevin's not like that throws it off the scent. So I think this was the better move for Kevin, and I think he's going to realize. I hope he realized that, but I think he's going to realize it throughout. Like, okay, they're not looking at me because they don't think I would kill Ty, which is me personally. Not that I think I'm gonna be on anybody's traders anytime soon, but if I'm ever a trader, my first thing is to take out my best friend. I'm sorry. That's my first thing
Yeah.
is to take out my bestie, and everybody who thinks is my, who I, they who people assume is my bestie. I'm gonna take them out in a murder, so people be like, "Oh, she would never kill her." Like,
Okay,
cool.
wait. I'm thinking maybe if you have an idea of who your besties are, I would say like Loki, like take out the number two. You know, they
It
know you're
depends.
close. It
Yeah,
depends, yes, but I'm thinking like a la Phaedra and Sheree, where like, oh, Sheree was never voting Phaedra out, you know,
yeah.
and
I
that
mean,
was
I
a
probably wouldn't take
guarantee.
out that person who would never, but I will take out somebody
Exactly,
very close enough that people will be like, "Oh, she would never take her out."
exactly. That, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the case. I would do that. I would be like somebody who would be like, she would never take that person out. Not somebody who I know is gonna be loyal to the end.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna take out my loyalists, but I will take out somebody who is number one, good at the game, and number two, close enough to me where they would think I would never take them out.
Exactly.
If I was a traitor. But not that I'm gonna get on traders anytime soon, but if I do and somebody see this, I never said that. Just in case I ever get on traders, I never said that. I never said that. So, but that was
Oh,
AI. It was
can I
cool.
also chime in? Um, I know. Is it just me, or did Kevin sound very like whiny?
Yes, he was very whiny. He was pouting after he lost
He
Ty. He
was
was
so.
pouting.
He, he's like,
He was
I'm out for revenge.
out for revenge. I'm gonna get her. Coco beware. Like he was coming. He was very whiny, pouty baby in that moment, and I was like,
Yes,
Kevin, you're
as a
better than
Kevin.
this. You're supposed to be better than this. Like, calm down. Crazy. But Ty's gone. Venus is now a traitor. We go to breakfast the next day. And I don't know if it's just me. I'm going to ask you if you felt the same way. But I think Kevin and Coco played it very cool in breakfast. Venus felt very obvious to me. She
Yes.
came in and was like, "Hey, everybody. Oh my God. I'm so happy to be alive." I was just like, girl, you don't calm down. Like,
Okay. I think it does help a bit that she was like one of the last ones to enter.
mm-hmm,
But then it was like she was like second to last, third or like third last or so, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, unless she was the last. No, she wasn't the very last
No,
person.
no, she wasn't the very
Yeah,
last.
but like just people coming in after Venus. Yeah, she was doing the absolute most.
Even like when everybody came in and they realized, because Omar was the last person to come in the room.
Yes.
And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" It's Ty. It's Ty. Now this could be the edit. This trust me, this could be the edit. I'm not silly enough not to think it possibly could be the edit. But when Omar comes in and everybody realizes it's Ty, everybody's like, "Oh wow, it's Ty! Oh my gosh, shout out, cheers to Ty!" Like not a, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it." No, no, what are the traitors doing? Like no, she's like, "Cheers to Ty, everybody, cheers!" I was like, "Girl, okay, okay." Like, but maybe that's her way, that's her play, and she's gonna be that way all the time. Like, she's
Mhm.
Venus could be like, I'm very emotionless. Like, I don't get upset about people not being here. I'm just like, "Mm, that's a shame. Shout out to you. Cheers." That could be her thing. But for me, watching it, I would have been like, and maybe it's me because I know she is a traitor, but for me, it
Mhm.
just felt very obvious. It felt like, and I don't know what I would be like if I was in the game, if I would pay any attention to that, but it just feels very, hmm, hmm,
Yeah, I'd
I don't know.
agree. I'd agree.
I don't know. But, um, Todd gone, Corinne comes in, and I don't know. It felt like they were moving this along. Like it was rushed. It felt like they had a lot
Oh
going
yeah.
on, and it
Oh
felt
yeah.
very rushed to me. It did to you too. Okay, cool. Because I was like, "Are we moving so fast? Why is everything just moving so fast?" Nobody had time to luxuriate. We don't have no conversations. It's like after the cheers to Ty, Corinne comes in and lets them know what was going to happen next, and um um then they break and they have a little bit of conversation before the challenge.
Oh, okay. Ke Kevin was weird with this. I did not
Oh my
like
god.
Kevin during this because he did the whole thing again that he did with Coco wearing the pen. This whole like this spaghetti arm thing
Oh,
where he's like, "Oh, this is
I'm,
working. I'm being weird."
I'm just gonna
And he's doing,
dance.
and out of everyone he's doing that with, it's Venus, and he's talking about traitor stuff with Venus, obviously. Um, I don't. That was hard to watch for me.
Kevin, I'm like, I did not expect this from Kevin. I didn't think he was gonna be this weird in the game. Like he was, even in Big Brother, he was, had his moments of like, okay. But he always played it off better than this. Like this was
Yes,
weird. Like, okay, I don't know about you. If I'm a traitor, I don't want to have trader discussions out in the open in the daytime. Like we gonna have all of
no,
our trader talk at when we in our meetings. Like we'll talk about that then, unless there is a chance where we are alone and we can get a good quick hey check in. But we're not gonna have full blown trader talk conversations out in the open. I'm just not gonna do that.
yeah. For me, I'm thinking at the least indoor. Do it indoors. Do it inside the castle.
I mean, you can do it outside if you're like just happen to be alone and y'all walking and nobody's behind you or around you and y'all just happen to find yourself in a situation where it's just the two of you or the three of you like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna have to kill this person and then move along. Kevin was having full-blown conversations with Coco and Venus out in the open and I'm just like, what are y'all doing? What this is messy. This is messy.
Yeah.
But
And then I think another big highlight of that is Meredith versus Lisette. Meredith, sorry. Meredith versus Lisette.
yeah, that happened at the end of the show.
Yes. Oh, no, no. It also happened. There was also a bit before the
Oh
show.
yeah. Oh yeah, when they were
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, when they were
Yeah, yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah. Because Meredith, of course, we said heard in the first episode was like Lucette is jumpy. Lucette is jumpy, and if she got touched, she probably would have jumped. Um, so I think she's a traitor because she didn't get touched, she didn't jump or whatever. That was what Meredith reason for picking Lucette out of everybody. And
Yep.
Lucette was like, no. Meredith brought it up and was like, I'm not, you know, saying you have, I'm not saying that's what it is. I was just mentioning of what I witnessed at the round table, whatever. And Lucette was like, well, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Lucette was waiting on an apology from Meredith, honestly. And Meredith didn't
Yeah.
give her one. Meredith didn't give her one. She was just like, I mean, I just didn't think, that's what I thought. And left it at that. And it was like, ah. So Lucette was a little annoyed with Meredith. And I was like,
Just a
oh,
little.
well, a little bit. And I'm trying to see if I feel like I agree with that or if I'm like, I feel like Lisette's reaction, maybe, even though we know she is faithful, I think her reaction is making her look like a traitor or maybe making her look like a really strong faithful. Like it's either people can take it that way. Like
Right.
she's defensive because she's really a faithful and she doesn't like being accused as a traitor, or she's acting this way because she's a traitor.
Hmm. And it's also, I think another person being kind of somewhat being brought into it is Chala. Also,
Mm-hmm.
because also on a different note too, there's a lot of talk of them both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. People are looking at Chala as well, and they're like, I don't know. I think she could be a traitor. Even Meredith thought Chala was probably a traitor, which I was just like, interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting dynamic. But uh Meredith is getting a lot of conversations her way. Chala's getting conversations her way. Um some other people who were getting conversations thrown their way was Curtis.
Yes.
Um because of what Curtis has just had a lot of interesting moves and gameplay in this game. Very loud about his opinion and telling people what he thinks and who he thinks, and um, talking about the tie situation with the boat in the last challenge, and had his whole feel on who he thinks. He thinks is Meredith as well. He's brought up Meredith. He brought up Omar. He's just been bringing up names left and right. Curtis has been telling people who he think, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay, Curtis, you talking about this person? You talking about this person?" And then when people bring it to him, people like, "Oh no, no, I wouldn't say that. I didn't say that." And it's like, "Oh, okay, so you didn't say that." And he's like, "No,
I feel like
okay."
Curtis just forgets people talk.
I think he forgets who he talks about.
I think he forgets who he talks to.
Who he talks to. I think he forgets who he talks about. I think he forgets that people talk. Period. Curtis.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart. But he just be talking and not just he just be talking. That man just be talking. And I feel like this episode was very much centered around a few people,
Hmm.
and we didn't get a whole lot of everybody, but we do go to the challenge, and the challenge is going to be in pairs. They're going to blindfold one of them. Somebody's going to guide them to these velvet bags that's hanging in these trees. And inside the bags are $10,000. And you're supposed to guide your partner to the bag to grab it. And the person who has the most bags, because shields are up for grabs in this game as well. And somebody's going to have the most bags get to go. Everybody's going to have a chance to possibly get shields. Possibly.
Also, can we talk about Kalki's outfit in the mission?
I forgot to grab the outfits, but This was this one. I was like, girl, what is this? But it's
I'm
kind of
like, I don't
it's
know.
kind of fun.
Yeah, in the words of Trinity the Tuck, I don't know what this is. I don't know. Okay, in reference to, I don't know what this is, but girl, I'm living.
Yeah, it was kind of cunty, but I didn't know what it was. But I was like, I like it. Hmm.
It almost looks like couch couture.
Yeah, right. Very
Like it's
much
like,
couch couture. Like, oh, I wish I found it. I wish I found it and brought and took it. I would have brought it. Oh, I should have brought it. But the line, like, it looked like a sofa couch cushion, but shaped to cover the boob, and then like a arrow out way, and then the same kind of material for the skirt. And I was like, Corinne, mhm,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
okay, okay, okay. But one of them had to sit out because it was 21 people, and so somebody had to volunteer to do it. Lisette volunteered, um, and so everybody was paired off. I don't remember all the pairs. I remember some of them. I know Rhea and Curtis was paired up because it was funny because Rhea had just spent the whole car ride over to the challenge talking about how she don't trust Curtis. How Curtis is on her radar. And
Mm-hmm.
so but then she ends up with Curtis, so she's like, "Oh, okay." Um yeah, I can't remember who all was connected to everybody at this point. I don't remember. But
So we got, hold up. We got Curtis Rhea, Jamal Jericho, Shaughnessy and Kitten, um, Kara and Thompson, Meredith and Dom,
mhm,
Chala and Mackenzie, Asbeer and Coco. I think Kevin and Sarah Nicole,
mhm.
and then who am I forgetting? Venus and someone.
Mackenzie?
No, Mackenzie is with Chala. Yeah, Chala. And then Lisette
Oh,
sitting out.
um, Omar? No, someone with Omar. Omar was with somebody else.
Anyway,
I
uh,
I don't remember. Anyway, we move. But yeah, so this is what confused me. They said they collected all the bags, but then they only had $9,600. So I said, who didn't collect some bags? But they said they
oh,
stopped because they said they collected all the bags. But it was $10,000 worth of gold. Hmm. Okay, well, what happened to some of the bags? Because you said it was $10,000 worth of gold. They said they collected all the bags. There's no more bags, but the price said $9,600.
please tell me you know what happened.
No,
Oh, genuinely? Okay, I thought you were doing a bit. Um,
no, I genuinely don't know what happened.
uh, so Curtis had a bunch of bags, right? He had a bunch of bags. He's
Right?
holding it with both arms. One of the bags fell onto the ground.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. Well, then, Julie, there we go.
Yeah,
I was
although there wasn't much talk. No one really brought that up.
no, they brought it. They did. That's what I'm like. What the heck happened? I was genuinely confused.
Yeah,
But okay, okay, not okay. Well, then that explains the $9,600 because I was
always leave it to
honestly
Curtis
confused.
to not make everything perfect.
I was so confused. I was so confused. But so Curtis and Rhea gets to go first because what they have now is how they are going to get the shields is they have four bridges and each part the person who has the most bags goes first, person with the least bags go last, and um the pairing rather, not the person, the pairing with the least bags go last. And
Hmm.
so if they they both get to pick a name, either themselves or their partners, and if both of them agree on who should get the shield, that person gets the shield. If they disagree and have different names, they will get their bridge will get burned, and they have to run off this bridge. Like literally, Corinne sets it on fire, and it's exploding all around them, and they should run off the bridge so they don't get boinked up. So, first was Rhea and Curtis. Everybody has apparently somehow agreed that Rhea should get this because she sacrificed herself in the last challenge. She should get a shield this challenge. Well, Curtis was like, yeah, I think Rhea should get the shield because she sacrificed herself. But also, it's been a lot of conversation about it being my birthday. So I feel like maybe Rhea will give me the shield for my birthday. And Rhea was like, no, I will not give you a shield for your birthday. I will give you a cookie. I'll give you some cake, but I'm not going to give you a shield. That's crazy. So Rhea picks herself, and Curtis picks himself. And so this was the first time we see the bridge explode and burn up. And I was like, that's kind of cool. To see them have to run down that thing, and jump off into the water as the bridge is exploding behind them. I was like, that's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. Um the order who went next? Do you know the order who went next?
After it was Jamal and Jericho, and they both agreed
They both,
that
yeah.
Jamal would get
Jamal
the
to get
shield.
it. Mm-hmm.
And then we get to Dom and Meredith, and they both agreed on Meredith getting a
Yes.
shield.
Yes.
Then we get, oh, I think I'm like watching it on mute on my TV right now. We get Coco and Shaughnessy.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, no, Coco and Asbury.
Coco and
My bad.
Asphere. Yeah, Asphere, yeah. And Asphere goes, and Coco agrees to give it to Asphere.
Yes. And then we get Kitten and Shaughnessy, I believe. Yes.
And then yes, and then
Um,
everybody and Kitten both Shaughnessy agrees to give it to Shaughnessy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes. Up next we have Thompson. Thompson and partner. Kara. And Kara gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then we have Mackenzie and Shala. And they did
They
not,
don't agree. They did not agree. They did not agree.
but
No.
they said each other.
They said each
Like,
other, right. They both were thinking the same thing. Like, let's give it to the other person. So that was kind of
yeah,
cute.
yeah. I thought that was a cute moment. Then
Mm-hmm.
we got Omar and partner. Omar and Natalie. And
They did not agree.
they did not
They
agree.
did.
I think they said themselves,
Yes, they both said
actually. Yes.
themselves. Yeah. Even though Natalie was
And
so happy
then,
to get Omar because she loves Omar,
yes, yes.
but not enough to give him a
And
shield.
no. Then we get Sarah Nicole and Kevin, and they said each other.
They said each other. Hmm.
And then I think that's the end of it.
Yeah, that was it. They were last. They were last. Oh wait, what happened to Hollywood? Who did Hollywood have?
Was it Hollywood and Venus?
Maybe it was Hollywood and Venus, and they both said Venus.
That makes sense.
'Cause- Yeah, yeah, they both said Venus. But yeah, it was more people agreeing to give the other person a shield than I would have thought. I was like, oh, they're all saying that. Okay, cool, I guess. Not a lot of selfishness happening this early in the game, so I guess I can appreciate that.
Hmm.
But we go back to the house, and this is where the conversations begin. And everybody knows the round table is coming up, and conversations happen. But like I said, Canada was so quick. Like we didn't get a lot of anything. There was jam packed.
No.
We got a little bit of conversation of who they were thinking. Curtis's name came up. Omar's name came up. All the people who we already said, all those names came up. And so before we knew it, we were at the round table. And I was like, man, we got here fast. Is this episode an hour long or is it 30 minutes? Because it felt very fast for me. But we get to the round table and Omar starts the conversation. And he's like, listen, Curtis, I have to ask. I heard you were saying that you're saying my name. And I want to know why you felt that because you were saying other people's names. You said my name, you said Meredith's name. I want to give you a chance to explain yourself. And so Curtis was like, I mean, I was just saying who the names that I heard. I was just saying names that I've heard. I've heard your name. I've heard Meredith's name. And all I was doing was saying, what I saw at the round table, you felt, because somebody brought up, I think it was Jamal, who brought up like, well, you mentioned Omar said he was blushing and looked flushed at the round table
Yes.
after the traitor ceremony, and he was like, and you were like a cherry red tomato, so should I think that you too could be a traitor because of your reaction? He was like, I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I was just going by what I saw, and I felt that Omar was a little flushed after the thing happened. And so that was just what I thought, and I said what I thought. And Jamal was like, "Well, should we say that because of you, because you were also that way?" And I was like, "Jamal, calm down. Like, please relax." This roundtable felt very aggressive, very fast, for honestly no reason. In my opinion, it was just like he said what
I
he said, and he was like, everybody was like, "You said this and da da da." And I was like, "Whoa."
it felt like maybe like 75% of it was just Curtis, people coming at Curtis and Curtis trying to defend himself.
Right, right. And it just felt like they were just like, we just said what he could say was all I could say was what I felt and how I saw it, and people took it and ran with it. And then even when Meredith's name was brought up, and she was like, "Well, I mean, you were saying my name and all. I didn't even come or say anything about you. I was talking about Lisette." Which again, well, somebody brought up the whole Meredith Lisette thing, and Lisette was just like, and Meredith's like, we talked about it, we squashed it. Lisette was like, no, we didn't. We never did. She was like, I mean, I thought we kind of talked it through. She's like, you never apologized at all. You were just making it and putting it out there that I seem jumpy, and I probably would have jumped if I got touched, and da da da. And so she was like, but I apologized, right? And she's like, no, no, you didn't. And and it went back and I was like, oh no, oh no. This wasn't a good look for either one of them because either one of them could get caught up in the whole uh traitor seeing them arguing and framing one for the other if
Yep.
necessary. And I think, well, later on in the conversation that came up when they did have that conversation. Um, Later, spoiler alert, Meredith wasn't the one that went home, but because you know, but that could come that could they brought that up after their conversation. Was said was like, this is just fodder for me for the traitors to be like, we'll kill her and we'll set up Meredith because she got heat on her and blah blah blah. And she's like, she was worried about that, and I was like, you should be worried about that because literally the person you're talking to is a traitor. Coco. So it was just interesting to see that. But go back to the round table.
it's
Go ahead.
I don't. It felt very hard because again, and this I think this is where Hollywood steps in, saying, "Oh yes, we need to speak up a lot more,
Hmm.
especially with an extra 10,000 on the line, um,
Hmm.
for every trader we get out." So I think what any feeling we have, please bring it up.
Right. So we know. how people are feeling, and it won't be just, well, this is the last thing I heard
Yeah.
kind of
And also
conversation.
it's not also it's I think it's also too important to know like how people react to like sudden information that has
Mm-hmm.
never been brought up kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um, Sorry, I'm eating Halloween candy. Um, Halloween candy, I can't resist it. But yes, I feel like um Hollywood came into this, especially after hearing a $10,000 incentive. Like, let's play this a lot more rational than just
Yes.
jumping on who we heard or what how to deal with the information that's brought forth to us. How do we react to that? Because
Yeah.
that usually plays in favor of the traders if we act emotional and irrational about possibly hearing our name. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because it's like, oh, you said my name, I'm coming for you. And that's not rational because you're like, this person is not a traitor. We know this person's not a traitor, but I'm mad because they coming for me. This is not
Yeah.
Survivor. You do
No.
that on Survivor. You do that on Survivor. You're like, oh, this person said my name, then I'm coming for you. You do that on Big Brother. You do not do that on traitors because you have to think about who is actually traitors. But this conversation at this round table was nothing of the sort. It was all he
It went
said.
nowhere.
It went nowhere, and it was just like this person said this, and he said this, and he said that. So let's vote. And this round table was quick too. Like she cut them off. I don't even think they had what edited. It didn't even look like they had enough time to talk. Now I'm sure they it was a long conversation. I'm sure it went around and around and around. But for TV purposes, baby, they gave us 2 minutes of conversation. And she said, all right, that's enough. Let's wrap it up. And I was like, sheesh, sheesh. Like, what? Okay. Corinna's not playing with y'all this year. She's not playing with any of you. She's like, let's wrap this up.
Oh,
And it was so,
speaking of
go
which,
ahead.
I love her makeup in
Mm-hmm.
this roundtable.
Mm-hmm.
She I don't know how to feel about the dress or the hair.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that. Either or. Either or. Either or.
Because she
But
has the crumpled hair. Is that what it is?
yeah.
Crumpled?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this like
Crinkles. Mm-hmm.
yes, thank you. Yeah. And then this like asymmetrical moment,
Yeah.
dark green sequin dress.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all. I mean, and I especially wasn't feeling the hair even later on when she came into the turret. And I was like, yeah, no, don't like the hair. Don't like the hair. Don't like the
No.
hair. But yeah. So we get to the vote, and the vote is going, and it's obvious how this vote is going. We see one person say Curtis, and it was like Curtis, 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 Meredith, Curtis, Meredith, Curtis, Asphere, Curtis, 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 Curtis. Curtis is banished. Um, yeah, Curtis is gone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was, but Curtis, of course, goes and is like, it's I'm a faithful, and everybody's like, oh my gosh. And Hollywood is like, I'm not following the pack, and I told y'all. I told y'all he wasn't. Like I knew it. I knew it. And it was everybody's like, oh, and Rhea felt so bad because she did the whole talk about how she voted for him and it was his birthday and now he's gone and yada yada yada. She's like, but she was like, I wasn't gonna give him a shield and everybody was voting him and da da. But then we get to Lucette and Meredith. fight that happened, and Lisette is pissed. And like we said earlier, she's just like, now the traitors are going to come for me because they can kill me and frame Meredith, blah, 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 even though it seems too obvious and yada, yada, yada. Hollywood goes and talks to Meredith. I don't know why Meredith's like, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. He's like, no, I don't mind talking to you. Like, but
Oh yeah, because Chala and Meredith at the same time are still trying to hide that, right? And
yes,
Chala like wants to comfort Meredith, but
but
also
no, she can't.
Chala doesn't want to be like Chala doesn't want people to perceive that them two as like oh being really close.
Right. So she sends Hollywood to go talk to her. And
Yes.
so after all of that, everybody goes to bed. The traders meet up. And before they can get a word in, Corinne is knocking at the door. She's like, listen, I have some bad news. There will not be a murder tonight, directly. But I do have this piece of paper here. And you're going to write down four names. And one of them will be murdered during the challenge tomorrow. And I was like, Corinne, Corinne girl, what are you doing? Every week is a twist. Every week is a
Is this
twist.
supposed to be a play on the poison twist?
I'm not sure, but I'm
If they're
thinking
yeah,
possibly.
if they're finding out who's murdered at the mission,
Uh huh.
I I think it's a play on the poison twist.
I mean, if so, okay. I want to see how this turns out. I want to see um how they decide who dies on a mission. Like, but so they're thinking of the four names they should write down, and they were like, "How should we go about this?" Venus like, "How should we go about this? Who should we? How should we do this?" And Coco's like, "Chaos, chaos."
Yes.
And Kevin's like, "Wait, wait, no, no, I don't want chaos. Can we just have fun with this? Because I feel like it's been heavy already, and I don't want any more chaos. I feel like let's just bring more heat. Let's just have fun. Let's just pick who people who everybody likes."
I
And I was
think
like,
although I think honestly that's what Kevin needs for his sake.
"Yes, yeah."
Chaos. Like just so the more chaos there is, the less likely everyone's just gonna dogpile on him, you know?
I think honestly, I think the opposite. I think if it's more chaos, the more they'll think it's Kevin because Kevin is chaos.
That's
And I feel
true
like
as
if
well.
they feel like it's more chaos happening, Kevin got to be behind this chaos. But if it's like we just pick people, if they just pick people who everybody likes, and it's like somebody who everybody likes, one of them are going home, and it's like,
Right.
oh, I still think that's chaotic. I still think it's chaos in a different way, but not in the way where it comes back on Kevin. I think it maybe comes back on Venus or Coco, if anybody, but I don't think that will come back on Kevin if they pick everybody that they presume people like. But I'm not sure. I can't wait to see who the four people they pick are and how they are going to have them die at this mission.
Yeah, but I know they mentioned a couple names in that turret, one being Lisette, we got Natalie, uh
I think Hollywood was up
Jericho,
there.
and Hollywood, yeah.
I mean, they showed the pictures, so I'm guessing those are the four that they picked, which I'm like, I don't like that list.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
that
that list, to be
list.
honest.
I don't like that list.
Um, I don't like that list at all. So I don't know who they gonna pick, but I don't like that list. Who do you think they gonna pick?
Um ooh, I okay. I'm trying to go through the list in my mind. I feel like killing Lisette wouldn't cause as much chaos. Um, especially if there's already the whole like everyone knows about Meredith versus Lisette,
I
um,
feel like that'd be so obvious though.
which is why it wouldn't be chaotic.
True.
Um, Natalie would be honestly Jericho. I
Mm,
think it'd be best to get Jericho.
I agree. Honestly, I agree. Natalie and Jericho would be my two who I'm like killing
Yeah,
one of them. Not that I want to see either one of them go, but killing one of them will be less chaotic, annoying. Like, why would they pick them and not have it fall back on anybody?
yeah.
But
Hollywood. I'm thinking about what happens if they kill Hollywood. I
mm-hmm,
imagine there would be chaos,
mm-hmm,
but I feel like Hollywood seems to be siding with them.
mm, mm-hmm. I don't know. I think killing the set is too obvious, and it'll make Meredith look even more faithful to, in my personally, to me. I would be like, oh, she's faithful because they're definitely trying to set her up.
Right.
Because why would they do that right after that big fight and everybody heard the fight and it just seems very, very obvious. Um, Natalie and Jericho would not be, and I don't think will cause any shake up or stir up or anything. But I
I
don't
think
think
it'll.
I don't think Kevin
I,
won't want to kill Jericho because Jericho
that
is
is
also
true.
somebody who trusts him completely.
That's true.
So
So
maybe
then
looking more Natalie.
Natalie.
Yeah, maybe looking more so at Natalie at this point. Mm. I guess we have to
Yeah.
wait till next week to find out.
I guess. I guess.
I guess. And we'll be right back here talking about it because when we find out, you find out. But you probably
Yeah.
watched it before you probably watched it before we come back to talk about it. But we'll come and talk about it together. Absolutely. And we'll give you our thoughts. So that's gonna do it for us. We are gonna get out of here because we have talked all we can. And we're gonna be back next week to talk about everything else that happens here on Traitors Canada. Anissa, it was always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And it's always a pleasure being with you, Lana.
Absolutely. And we're going to do it again next week. So come back and join us next week when we talk more Traders Canada. We'll talk episode 3. And follow us on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel and all of our channels in the Cup Network. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Anissa and myself if you'd like. And if you go and scan that QR code to get your cup merch, period, it would be great. And we're gonna get out of here. We'll talk to y'all next time. So until next week, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.